Hello my dear student, welcome back to online class. Myself Ashrita from Department of Economics. In today's class we discuss about the fourth unit of monetary economics, that is commercial bank. So in the previous class we discussed about the meaning and the function of commercial bank, and in the part 2 discuss about the balance sheet, and under that we discuss assets and liquidities of balance sheet, and third part we discuss about the investment policy. Under that we can discuss a principle of general and basic in the investment policy. In today's class we discuss about the credit creation. Creation of credit is an important function of commercial bank. According to Sayers, banks are not merely purveyors of money but also it in an important sense manufacturing of the money. So a bank has sometimes be called as factory for the manufacturing of the credit. So bank is factory for the manufacturing of the credit. The bank is not a crocked room where you can keep your currency or coin and claim those very notes or coins back when you desire. The volume of bank deposit, the rate at which deposits are created and rate at which they circulated in the community has been significant effect upon the price level and economic activity. So, a small part of total deposit received may be withdrawn at any time, but a bank known by experience, that is depositor, do not withdraw their deposit immediately and at the same time. So the commercial bank cannot lend the whole of its deposit to regard against the possible outflow of money due heavy withdrawals. The bank keeps back a certain amount of cash, that is called as cash reserve ratio. Cash reserve ratio means a heavy withdrawn money from the bank keeps back a certain amount of cash, that is called as cash reserve ratio. So the basic credit creation is bank deposit. The bank deposit are divided into two parts. One is primary deposit, second one is derivative deposit. So let us discuss one by one. Primary deposit. Primary deposit arise when customer in the bank deposit cash. So primary deposit arise when customer in a bank's deposit cash. So in receiving such deposit, the bank play a positive role. The customer's decision to deposit cash is a real and active force in the determining the size of primary money into the deposit money. So these deposit converted currency money into the deposit money. So primary deposit money we can convert into the currency money into the deposit money. The deposit are also called as credit money. So they do not make any net additional to the total stock of money. So this is about the primary deposit. Second one is derivative deposits. So primary deposit serve as a basic for the creating derivative deposits. So the derivative deposit are also known as a active deposit. So we can know that derivative deposit, it is also known as active deposit. These deposits came into existence when commercial banks loans and purchasing security or other form of asset from the public. So it is in this sense, every loan create depends on the deposits. So there are some process of credit creation. The process of credit creation proceed under the following assumption like that. So first assumption, the banks always adjusted their asset balance with a view to the maintaining the fixed relation between their deposit liabilities and the cash reserve under the liquidity motives. So first assumption like that, a bank always adjusts their asset balance with a view of maintaining the fixed relationship between the deposit liability and the cash reserve under the liquid motives. Second one is the cash reserve ratio remaining constant through all the stages. So cash reserve ratio is constant at the time of all the stages. And next, there is no leakage in the flow of credit and the derivative demand. So there is no leakage of flow of credit and the derivative demand. So which is turn become primary deposit and with the banks. This means that there is a popular banks habit in the countries and well developed banking systems. Next, there is no credit control policy of the central bank. So there is no credit control and the business conditions are normal. All the business conditions are normal. So this is the assumption of credit creation. Next, we can see the limitation of credit creation. So first one is amount of cash. The power of creation credit depends on the cash reserve bank by the bank. If bank receive more cash, they can create more credit. When bank receive more cash, they can create more credit. If they receive less cash, they can create less credit. But cash supply in the controlled by the central bank of the country. Second one is cash reserve ratio. The volume of bank created credit depend on the cash reserve ratio the bank has been keep. So the volume of the bank credit depends on the cash reserve ratio. Bank have keep, if a cash reserve ratio increase, the volume of credit creation will be fall. When cash reserve ratio is increase, credit creation will be fall. If the cash reserve ratio low, the bank credit will be increased. So central bank can be access this power to control the volume of credit money. And third one is willingness of customer to borrow. The amount of credit is conditioned by the needs and willingness of the borrowers. The amount of borrowing by the customer set a limit to the expansion of credit. If no customer comes forward to the borrows, there is no expansion of credit. And fourth, supply of collaborated security. The availability of good securities places one more limitation on the power of banks to create credit. So, the availability of good securities places one more limitation on the power of bank to create money. If people cannot offer sound security, a bank cannot credit. According to Crowther, a bank cannot create money out of thin air. It transmits other form of wealth into the money. The bank only turn immobile wealth into the mobile wealth. And next, fifth one is nature of business condition. Credit creation will be depends upon the nature of business condition. Credit creation will be large during a period of prosperity while will be smaller during the depression. So next, sixth one, liquidity preference. If there is liquidity preference or desire to hold more cash by the people, the power of bank to create credit is reduced. On the other hand, if there is less demand for the cash or liquidity preference, the power of credit creation will be more. And next, banking habit of the people. So development of banking system, banking habit among the people is an important factor. The banking habit will be become a popular only if there is sound developed banking system. And eighth, external drain. The most important factor according to Whittlesey, which restricted create expansion, external drain. So every rupees in a cash that is withdrawn from the bank system lower the reserve of banks and the check further deposit expansion. And ninth one is monetary policy of the central bank. If modern economy extent of creating a creation will be largely depend on the monetary policy of the central bank. So, in short, a power of bank to create credit is subject to various limitation. Still, this function as for reaching effects on the working of the economy. So, I concluding this class. Thank you for watching, student.